everyone. I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. There was a detailed report published in The Atlantic about a rift between Vice President Vance and the Pentagon. Privately, he has been raising concerns the Defense Secretary, Pete, Pete Hegseth, may be presenting an overly rosy picture to President Donald Trump, particularly on the issues like U.S. missile stockpiles. According to a detailed report in The Atlantic, Vance has questioned the accuracy of information provided by Hegseth and Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane during closed-door meetings. While the Pentagon has portrayed the 8-week campaign, dubbed Operation Epic Fury, as a decisive success that has dramatically damaged Iranian forces, Vance and some of his advisors worry the briefings understate remaining Iranian capabilities and the heavy toll on American munitions. Hegseth has repeatedly told the public and the president that Iran's missile and drone programs are functionally destroyed, its air defense shattered, and that the U.S. maintains strong stockpiles and complete air superiority. Trump has echoed these claims. However, intelligence assessments cited in multiple reports suggest Iran retains roughly two-thirds of its air force, significant underground missile capabilities, and the ability to disrupt shipping in the Strait of Hormuz using small, fast vessels. A senior administration official told the Washington Post bluntly, he is not speaking truth to the president. As a result, the president is out there repeating misleading information. Vance's team insists the vice president frames his concerns as his own observations rather than direct accusations of deception. He has raised alarms directly with Trump about rapidly depleting stockpiles of key systems like Patriots and THAAD interceptors. One source close to Vance describes Hegseth's portray as so positive as to be misleading. The Pentagon has strongly rejected the criticism. Spokesman Sean Parnell stated that Hegseth consistently gives the president the full, unvarnished picture. Hegseth continues to brief that the operation delivered rapid and decisive results, with the U.S. now shifting to a blockade phase to pressure Iran into negotiations while maintaining readiness for further action. This is not the first time Hegseth messaging has drawn scrutiny. Earlier reports accused him of overly triumphant language, even after incidents like the downing of the U.S. F-15, which contracted claims of total air dominance. That was brought down by a man-pad. And how they got them, I don't know. Either maybe Russia or China giving them munitions. Yeah, evidently Trump was just furious about the downing of the plane. The Pentagon evidently didn't even know that Iran had man-pads. They even downplayed, and you don't hear much about the missiles that Iran has that can reach Europe. They can travel over 4,000 kilometers, which is about 2,500 miles. The Vance-Hegseth tensions highlight classic wartime friction. The pressure to project strength to the public and the commander-in-chief while grappling with the gritty realities of munition depletion and a resilient adversary. I think they're just now beginning to realize that it wasn't the supreme leader or the mullahs that were in control of the country, but actually the IRGC, yeah, the Iranian military. Do you people even realize that those that have been sent to negotiate with the United States are now under house arrest? Yeah, house arrest by the IRGC. So who is actually in control of the country? As the ceasefire supposedly holds, and the blockade continues, questions remain about long-term U.S. readiness for potential escalations elsewhere. There's talk about Russia preparing for some drastic things. For now, publicly, the administration remains unified in declaring success. Behind closed doors, however, the probing question from the vice president suggests not everyone is convinced the full story is actually reaching the president. Some advisories say that the optimistic picture presented by Hegseth appeared designed to tell the president what he wants to hear. For now, the vice president is trying not to make it a personal issue and to avoid creating division in Trump's war cabinet. Here is supposedly the types of missiles and the depletion levels. For the patriotic PAC-3 MSE air defense interceptors, they're down anywhere between 45 and 50%. 1,000, maybe 60 to 1,430 have been fired. The THAAD ballistic missile defense system is down anywhere between 50 and 80%. 190 to maybe 290 have been used. These are high altitude interceptors, and they are the most critical shortfall. Precision strike missiles, PRSMs, are down maybe a little less than 45%. They're the long-range ground strikes that the Army uses them for. Tomahawk cruise missiles are down maybe 30%. Anywhere between 850 and 1,000 have been fired. Now, this is used for ship sub-launch strikes. JASSM or the JASSMERs are down anywhere from 20 to 25%. Anywhere between 1,000 to 1,200 have been fired, and they're used mainly for deep strikes against um, targets. For ship-based air missile defense, SM-3 and SM-6, that's used mostly by the Navy, they're down about 20%. To rebuild our missile defense system, different defense systems, to pre-levels, or pre-war levels, I should say, they say will take anywhere between 1 and 5 years. Others estimate maybe 3 to 5 years for full recovery of what's been used in this war. For the THAAD systems, there's no new U.S. deliveries. Nothing since 2023, so what we have, that's it. They do have plans to ramp up to make maybe another 400 THAAD systems with Lockheed Martin agreements, but that could take years before it's, done. For the Patriot PAC-3 systems, they make about 600 a year currently, and their goal is to reach 2,000 a year by 2030. Half of the Patriot PAC-3 systems, they do go to allies such as Ukraine, etc., probably Israel. For the Tomahawks, annual buys were tiny, maybe dozens a year, but they are now ramping up towards 1,000 a year. But the pipeline is slow. So the bottom line on timeline, the U.S. for now has enough to handle the ongoing Iran operation or limited new contingencies, but a major new conflict, especially in the Pacific in the next 2 to 3 years, would carry real risks. The U.S. has sent hundreds of Patriots and other systems to Ukraine, but the Iran war consumed U.S.-owned operational stockpiles at a faster pace for high-end interceptors. This depletion is a key driver of the internal debates between Vance and Hegseth and the Pentagon, questioning what's really going on. Yeah, so if Russia is ramping up, planning more invasions, there's been a lot of talk of Poland, or if China does invade Taiwan, what then? So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you.